přesně ono, že
vždycky fotbalový.
A je pravda, že prostě to seš jako v práci seš prostě třeba normálně 8 hodin nebo 6 hodin, než to jako na hodiny někam a máš padla. Já na tom je to fajn, že se bude hrát v listopadu, podle mě, ve Španělsku. Jo. Ano. Jo, odpojím, určitě. Jasně. Jasně. To bude Evropa je zvlášť turnaj a z Evropy nevím, jestli se kvalifikuje 6. Jako já bych se chtěl aspoň dostat do toho Španělska. Já jsem golman. Dost nedoceněný. Ale že jako když se na to člověk jako poprvé dívá, tak si říká prostě ale když si vezme, že v Kanadě mají ještě menší branky, ještě menší věk. A to ještě k tomu. Tak v tom sixí, že tak tam máš prostě tu branku 6 na 6 stop, takže máš prostě 180. Takže je to prostě takhle vzát a máš tam prostě a jakby máš kratší kolíčí. A chytáš jakoby takhle. Prostě se to dostou držíš a držíš no takhle já už jsem se zacelil tak, že si na každý zápas prostě v takovémhle beru prostě obrovský množství tepláč. nejsem vám si. Umete taky, jo.
Počkej. Jo, to neboj. Až mě k tomu ještě nepřijde.
Dámy a pánové,
we are back in Malešice, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the European Box Lacrosse Championships 2026. And we are standing before a big clash between two teams that will fight for one of the spots in the quarterfinals. It's Belgium and England. My name is André Gisal. I will lead you throughout this live stream. And I hope that we will see some beautiful lacrosse. Our officials for today's game are Scott McMullen, Tomáš Rod and Barbara Zelenaj. In each of the nets we can see Roman Kluge for Team Belgium. On the other side is Jacob Brendel starting in between the three pipes for Team England. And on the face-off dot we have Tom Bracegirdle and Jesse Heineck. We're waiting for the game clock to wind down. So far we'll speak about the record that we've seen. Those teams in the tournament. England have entered the tournament with a big win against Netherlands, 22-5. But then they have suffered two overtime losses against Finland, 12-13. And then again, against Ireland with the score of 9-10. On the other side, Belgium had won 21-11 against Austria, then a loss against Poland 15-7, 22-5 scoreline against Wales, and then their last game against Norway, 23-10 win, put them in the second place in their group. We have 10 seconds to the initial face-off. As I said, Tom Bracegirdle and Jesse Heineck on the first face-off of the game. We're moments away from starting the game and we are underway. Bracegirdle looking for his first ground ball of the game, and England gobbles it. We have Tom Roper. So far 6 points in the tournament. Has to hold off two Belgian players against him. Now we have Zach Ginak. Bucknell didn't get the ball in the stick. And now we're heading the other way as Odera Ahelewa. Now we had Red King on the left-hand side. Was looking for the long shot. Kyle Baker down to the Hade. 10 seconds to shoot. Sasha Warnier was with him on the left-hand side. We have our first break and stick. First broken stick of the game. Jude Krummenhoek down to Nathan Edwards. Ryan Martin back to Edwards. Long shot and a big save by Roman Kluge. Wide shot, and England have a new shot clock. Ground ball gobbled up by Krummenhoek. Was thinking of going underneath to the cage. Zaginak. Buchanan. Edwards in the traffic, and the ball goes out of the boards. So Belgium now has to pick it up. We have Harun El Karamoudi. Going straight down the middle and just misses the goal of Brindle, and now a reset. That was Lars van den Bulke who got the reset for Belgium. But now Ming Tring going the other side, flips it off for Martin. Down to Alsop. And now Michael Blaemeyers. Krummenhoek down to Buchanan. Buchanan goes. 10 seconds. Flips it off for Blaemeyers. Martin down to Prescott. And a big shot. And another save for Kluge. Krummenhoek. Off for Blaemeyers. Back to Krummenhoek. Big shot, but off the pipe. And Brendel has all the time in the world. Football passes to Prescott, down to Buchanan. Blaemeyers. I'll just try to pass to Martin, but it ends up on his ankles. Now a loose ball. Kicked off by Matelet. And Blaemeyers will have to sky it. And the ball is going higher and higher, and now it falls in the lower corner of the boards. And two balls on the field. But now everything's okay, so we're heading the other way. John King, so far the leading scorer for Belgium, 24 points. We'll be looking for his first goal. Now big shot from Kyle Baker. But Jacob Brendel doesn't allow any surprises. Now an assistant captain, Matthew Tatton, flips it off for Prescott. Now for Ginnak. Martin ends up with Edwards, flips it off for Bucknell. Couple of fakes, but the ball has flown out of his stick. So Steen Oris now clearing the ball up for Belgium. Gets to do El Karamoudi. Will he take the one-on-one? Mintrin, big forecheck, big defense of him. Pass off to John King. Down to Van den Bulke. 5 seconds to shoot. Tries to find King on the crease, but Brindle breaks the 5-hole. And we have England going the other way. Tring. Blaemeyers down to Martin. Tries to dodge on King. Buchanan gets the pass. Flips it to the other side to Krummenhoek. Blaemeyers. Martin, big hit by Ali Willow. King goes underneath, but blocked by Lee Whitehead. Chicks flying all over the place. The ball is still loose, but now picked up by Red King. 2 seconds to shoot. Wonye has to put the ball on the net, but doesn't. And Kyle Baker going to the penalty box. I didn't catch up on what has happened for Kyle Baker going to the penalty box. Let's see what Scott McMillan has to say. Yeah, we have a minor against Kyle Baker for slashing. And Will Prescott will begin with the ball as we are heading into our first power play of the day. of the game. We're waiting for the penalty to be put on the scoreboard. Now it is, and England can get it rolling. Martin. Down to that's Bucknell. Bucknell back to Ginnak. Ginnak gets the rebound, but two big saves from Roman Kluge. And the reset for England as Bucknell picks it up. Pass to Blaemeyers. Martin. Back to Blaemeyers. On the side to Ginnak. Trickles into the leg pad of Kluge. And John King can now play with the ball. Belgium will have an opportunity to kill some of the time from the penalty. As Nowak is now moving with the rock. Passes it down to Stepman. Shoots it, bounce shot on Brindle, but he handles it nicely. Bascom. Good control on the ball. Bucknell. Ginnak, Bucknell, back to Ginnak. Loose ball for Belgium, and Ayalewo is off the races, shoots! But a big save by Jacob Brindle. And again we're going the other way, Jake Bucknell. Blaemeyers, back to Bucknell. Few passes between those two, and a first goal. Oh, it has been waved off by Zelenay. So Belgium heading to the attack. As the goal by Martin was waved off. Ayalewo. Up to Sacha Warnier, who has been one of the stars for this Belgium team. Kyle Baker going straight from the penalty box. Has been training against him. Baker, long shot off the post. And he has gone over the halfway line. So England can go fast to the other side. Will Alsop passes it up to Edwards. Passes it back to Gummenhoek. But Roman Kluge stays perfect. No loose ball on the boards. Almost picked up by Ginnak, but the other way goes King. Big shoulder almost on the open doors, but now good control by John King. Now he has to wait for his offensive comrades. King, 10 seconds to shoot. Up to De Hade. Tries to go in, flips it off the leg of Roper. And the clock is winding down. And the referees are winding off our first commercial break of the game with something over 6 minutes left in the first quarter. So far, very even game, 0-0. We're gonna be back in a minute.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world.
We're back in Malešice for the last 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter of this playing game between England and Belgium. So far it has been very evenly spread out matchup between those two. 5-4 shots in favor of England. And they will have yet another chance to go through Roman Kluge, who has been so far perfect. Hope I didn't jinx it now. Gienek goes through his legs. What an interesting shot opportunity. And now Lionel Janssens going the other way, flips it off for El Karmoudi. El Karmoudi so far on the boards. Big by De Hade, but what a hit by George Bascom. Lee Whitehead shoots, but blocked off by Senti. And again we are going the other way. John King jogging with the ball upfield, flips it off for Warnier. Big shot, Brindle gobbles it. Whitehead saw Bracegirdle in front of him. Passes it off to Robinson. Now Jake Bucknell can get some time with the ball, passes it off to Kremenhug. Back to Bucknell. Two-man game between those two. Bucknell falls to the ground. Few seconds to shoot, and he snipes the near post of Roman Kluge. Jake Bucknell finally finds the net for England. Another shot from nothing, I think, that Roman Kluge thought that Jake Bucknell was trying to hold the ball just a little bit more, just to swing it from side to side, but Jake Bucknell didn't waste any time and scores first for England. England again in the attack mode. Zach Gienek pass it off to Kremenhug. Nathan Edwards. Wide to Prescott. Edwards tries to go underneath. And a second goal for England. Nathan Edwards. Edwards Airlines on the cue. And we have a second goal for England. And what a goal it was. Flies across the cleats of Kluge. And we're going back to the face-off dot. Ores and Bracegirdle. Robinson now handling the rock. Up to Martin. Jake Bucknell. Lane Myers gets it back from Prescott. Lane Myers two-man game with Bucknell, but goes, wow, oh, Buchanan got a piece of it and the ball ended up on chest of Kluge. But now we're on the other side. John King has, wow, what a save by Jacob Brindle on the chance for Kyle Baker. But now we're going, wow, almost a full-length field goal. What a sequence of events. Kluge definitely didn't expect that. Lee Whitehead won't find the way of the shot. So we're again in front of Brindle, but this shot of De Hade has been fired wide. So with 3 minutes remaining, we're returning back in front of Roman Kluge. Nathan Edwards, Kremenhug up to Prescott. Gienek finds Kremenhug. Gienek, Buchanan, doesn't have seconds to go. Edwards, shaky pass to Gienek, but it ends up with Prescott, goes underneath, and a break wall, Roman Kluge. Ayalewo heading the other side. Out to El Carmoudi. So Chevonier was going in the traffic, but didn't notice. Pass from El Carmoudi. Roper. Flips it for Ginnak. Martin Hart, forecheck by Bruno Matelet. Pass to the traffic to Blaemeyers, 10 seconds to shoot. And that's a delay penalty against Belgium. Blaemeyers still on the ball. Fakes the pass, 3 seconds to go. Ginnak shoots. And Kremenhu got a piece of it. And the ball went out of the boards. So we got John King going to the penalty box. And we have a 2 minutes for cross check against the Belgian attackman. So England back in the power play mode. Bucknell gets it to Ginnak, and the ball was jumping in the gear of Roman Kluge. But most importantly, it didn't go over the goal line. So we have Red King pass it on to De Hare. Tries to find his way, pass it back to King. 10 seconds to go. Tries to go underneath, but hard defense from Robinson. Flip to Baker. Whoa! Interesting shot selection by number 10. Wasn't that off. It definitely would have been one of the highlight goals of this tournament. Bucknell throws a little fakes. Ginnak fires it wide. So we will be back in front of Jacob Crandall. Last 45 seconds to go in this first quarter. Sacha Warnier down to Noak. Loose ball picked up by Trin. Noldy Whitehead going back for the loose ball. 30 seconds to go. Jake Bucknell. Ginnak has Martin on the left-hand side. Prescott changes the ball with Blaemeyers. Blaemeyers and saved by Roman Kluge. 10 seconds to shoot. Shaky pass from him, but Senti going the other way, tries to shoot on Brindle, but it has been trickled off the stick of Zach Ginnak. And that's a wrap on the first quarter. So far, England had dealt a 2-goal burst against Belgium. So we're going into the short intermission with the score of 2-0 for England. We're going to be back in less than 2 minutes.
They're just shooting. They're not throwing fakes. He's a pretty good guy. You got fake him.
Well, I don't think he's before the power play. Oh no, was it in the power play? Well, one of our lefties did fake and told him right down.
No, every time you watch it, every time it's like, just shoot it.
But yeah.
I don't know what those golden balls are. Looks like they've been playing out pretty good. I don't know.
I did get measured, so maybe he's pulled a bunch of straps.
Like some kids.
We're back here in Malešice for the second quarter of the game between England and Belgium. In case of playing, it has been a very equal game so far, and what a initial save by Roman Kluge. Except of the 2 goals, he has been lights out so far. So we have John King, who has now returned from the penalty. He's going to look to twist it against Brindle, but Prescott got a piece of it. And the ball travels straight to Jacob Brindle. Tried to fake pass it, but the ball has flown out of his stick to stick with Prescott. So now brace girdle. Buchanan, Martin has some seconds to shoot, but Roman Kluge gobbles it into his stick. We have Senti going the other way. Senti played in the U20 Euros for Belgium. In field, of course. And we have Stepman doing the two-man game with Heinik. De Hare going underneath in the traffic, and he misses in front of Grindel. George Bascom going the other way. Lay Myers. Kremenhoek. Roper. Buchanan. As Ginnek for the 2-man game gets it flipped, and Roman Kluge makes another save. Then a shaky pass for the clear, but John King is now over the halfway line so far with the third ball. Novak for the 2-man game. Good save by Brindle. Definitely one of the more unexpected shots. Ball is in the sky and caught by Brindle. Passes it off to Tatton, up to Lee Whitehead. Bucknell looked it for Edwards, passed it to Martin on the left-hand side. Back to Edwards, big shot, and from the crossbar, look out. Nobody's been hurt. We have Bucknell behind Kluge. Nathan Edwards passes it off to Buchanan. Blaymeyers and a shovel shot, and another ball over the boards. And one of the officials has been hit by the ball going over the boards. But we're back in front of Brindle. Warnier passes it down to Van den Bulke. Tries to get a bounce shot, but doesn't find the net at all. Now Robinson clearing off the ball for England. Roper. Genak. Roman Kluge has caught up to the hidden ball trick. Martin, Kremenhoek. Down to Edwards, goes up, passes to Martin, and off the post for England. How many posts have been hit by England in the last few minutes? Even in the first quarter. Now loose ball caught up by Martin. Gets a swim, passed it off to Roper, who was cutting through the traffic. Back to Ginnak in the traffic. But Kluge all over it. Now Ginnak up to Kremenhug. And a shot and saved by Kluge. So far the best player for Belgium on the field. Now Ginnak from up top. Goes underneath, fine check by Red King, and what a save! Roman Kluge!
Gives some away. He's outfaked himself.
Eyes of an eagle on the goalie of Belgium. What a save! We have Guillaume Nowak. Carmudi was building him some hard picks. As John King for him. Now a loose ball. Now Prescott looking up for Alsop. Running the length of the field, 3-on-2 situation. Blaemeyers and a third goal for England. Michael Blaemeyers. As far as England, 3 goals ahead. Coming from Guelph, Ontario, playing for the Brampton Excelsiors in Senior A. It is his debut for Team England in the European Championships. Face-off won initially by Aheniwo. Sorry for the pronunciation, lad. Now a check by Red King and a loose ball. Red King going to the cage of Brindle. And the English netminder stays perfect so far. Gobbled it into his jersey. No, Roper has Ginnak against him. Kremenhug down to Roper. Gets his hands free, passes it up to Buchanan. Ginnak behind the back pass to Kremenhug. But Kluge sits on it. Flipping off for John King. As we said, 18 goals and 6 assists for the number 11 now in the red jersey. De Hade. Big defense by Trin. Wow. And a good body by number 8. Now a loose ball in the scrum of bodies on the boards. Jesse Heineck picked it up just when the 30-second shot clock has expired. Now Prescott was looking for the long pass to Blaemeyers, but he slows it down, passes it down to Martin. Ginnak, Martin.
I think it's funny that people can...
And a caught pass by Aheliwa, who goes the full length of the field for Belgium. And Jacob Brendel saw it from miles away. No pass to Blaemeyers, but he handles it on the crease and made Henke turn around after the fake pass. Blaemeyers looking for somewhere to jump. He goes over, but the ball rolls out of the crease of Kluge. So we're heading back in front of the English netminder. Carmody down to Warnier. He doesn't handle it, has Bascom for the loose ball battle. And now a loose ball picked up by England. The Whitehead. Passed it on to Edwards. Has John King against him. So he's now on the boards. Belgium is now pressing really high so far. Kremenhug just over the crossbar, now picked up by Oris. As you can hear, a big crowd has arrived to support the Red Devils. John King tries to go over Roche, and he snipes it for Belgium! John King gets Belgium on the board. Big shot by the number 11. Straight from Penn State, John King. Another face-off won by England. Swing to Prescott on the left-hand side. Blaemeyers and off the crossbar. So it has now rolled. Jacob Brandel kicks it for Prescott. Ginnak. Blaemeyers, Ginnak. Back to Blaemeyers. Bounce shot. Over Kluge and out. So we stay with England. And Barbara Zelenay waves off yet another commercial break. So we're going to be right back with less than 6 minutes here in Malešice.
No, they've changed it because it's...
Pivo z rodinného pivovaru, kde řemeslo a tradice jdou ruku v ruce.
We're back in Malešice for the last 6 and something minutes of this first half between England and Belgium. Loose ball now picked up by Janssens. Goes over the head of Blaemeyers. And Steen Orris holds it off for El Karmoudi. Now De Hare. Width of the field to John King. Gets the pick from Nowak. John King, the same shot, but Jacob Brindle doesn't allow the same goals twice. Now Blaemeyers go for a loose ball battle, but John King comes for the rescue to help Nowak. Kyle Baker passed it off to El Karmoudi, but saved by Jacob Brindle. Loose ball on the boards. Picked up by Matthew Tatton, who goes the full length of the field against Kluge, and he scores! Matthew Tatton scores the 4th goal for England. Another face-off win for England. Bascom up to Bucknell. And now Nathan Edwards initiating. Pass it off to Martin. Gets Buchanan. To the other side to Bucknell. Bounce shot. And off the target. Red King goes for the shot, but Brindle caught it with his glove in between his legs and passed it off to Prescott. Now the little job is finished, but he has the whole game in front of him. So we're getting Blaemeyers, pass it off to Buchanan. Ginnak going over, and he scores for England.
Nice screen, very nice screen.
Zach Ginnak snipes the upper corner. And gives England the 4th goal lead. Bracegirdle and Ahiliwa. We have an illegal procedure against Belgium, so England going to the attack. Ryan Martin. Bucknell. Body by Red King. And yeah, Jake Bucknell is trying to get the revenge on Red King. He takes it, he goes to penalty box. Two minutes against the number 29 in white and the red rose on their chest. So now Belgium with their power play. Baker gets the pick and a leg save by Brendel. De Hade picking it from beyond the halfway line down to Warnier, back to De Hade. Baker, Stepman, and has John King down. Baker shoots over, and someone from the English defense got a piece of it. So still loose, picked up by John King. Goes over as Sacha Warnier, and Brindle gobbles it into his chest. So now Bascom clearing it off. Goes through the forecheck of Senti. Ryan Martin. Looking for someone. Few seconds to shoot. Good handle by Blaemeyers, but a good save by Roman Kluge. And Blaemeyers, shot fake between his legs, and he's gonna keep it. Nice keepy up by Blaemeyers, as he had 3 defenders against him, but he kept the ball for England, as they can now kill some time from the penalty. Kremenuk passed it to Ginnak, tries to go underneath, flies over the crease and scores! Zach Ginnak and the goal number 6. Also a player who is now getting his debut for Team England in the Euros. Now we have 2 minutes remaining in this first half. England so far leading the way with the score of 6-1. Warnier gets Red King to the other side and he scores! Good face dodge and a finish in the upper 90 of Brendel. Makes him dip just a little bit from the crossbar. Red King scores a goal of hope for Belgium. Will Alsop and Ayaliwo on the face-off dot. It's another face-off win won by England. So now Ginag passes it off to Ryan Martin. Back to Ginag. The ball bounces off the ground and into the net above goal of Kluge. So we now have Red King clearing the ball out for Belgium. De Hare gives it off for El Karmoudi. Guillaume Nowak, 10 seconds to shoot. Close defense, but passes to John King. And a good reflex save by Jacob Brendel. Coming train on the ball, now passive to Roper. Zach Ginag. Now Nathan Edwards. Two-man game with Roper, and the ball somehow falls through the gear of Roman Kluge. And Tom Roper. 7 goals scored for England. The ball somehow trickled through the arm of the Belgian netminder. We now have 40 seconds to go. Loose ball on the boards. For Belgium, Nathan Edwards was going to the bench, but as he saw the ball rolling to the doors of his bench, he came into play and picked it off. So England can now have a timeout with 22 seconds to go in the first half.
Had a word with Brindle. No, they're not the one. Because he, after this game,
I misled you with the number of the playing game. This is officially the playing game number 4. And in the schedule, if the winner of this game will play Israel for a spot in the semi-finals. So now we have 20 seconds to go in this first half. And England will probably finish it off with ball in their 6 and 6 men on the field. Roper to Prescott. Ginag, 2 seconds to shoot. But a late shot by Martin. And that's a wrap on the first half of this game between England and Belgium. And we're heading into a 12-minute break with the scoreline 7-2 in favor of England. So we hope so far you enjoyed this live stream. We are going to be back with this game between England and Belgium in something under 12 minutes.
Tady jsou schody. veliká. Naštěstí ty bílý přát, jako nepoznáš, že mluví dobře. Teď jsme dojedli krevetky, ale budou dobré. Znáš si? Dejte tě krevety. Jak jsem říkal, lehce posolit, olivový olej, trošku citronku. Lehce posolit, olivový olej a zvenku. Člověk nevěřil, že to je těžký. Ale hned po něm kopnou ten malej, tak to je vlastně problém. Tak ne, že bys to asi nebo hlavně když to je, já nevím, když se vystarájí masáčka, že to osvojíte, že máš v sobě 2 Itálie a já jsem si se na to, je to zápis vykutý mrdele.
The sun has gone over the horizon, but we are back with the shining stars of the European scene as we are heading back in Malešice for the second half of this game between Belgium and England. So far, the team in white and red rose on their chest is leading the way with the score of 7-2. We have the captain Tom Roche from England and Odera Ayeliwo for Belgium on the face-off as we are underway with Tom Roper getting the initial loose ball in the second half. Zaginak pass it off to Bucknell. Kremenhug. Now we have Prescott, Buchanan. Back to Kremenhug. And from Buchanan, the ball trickles to Romain Kluge, who can be considered the best player on the floor for Belgium so far. Now, intercepted pass by Lee Whitehead, but the ball is loose near the center circle. Sticks are flying, but Bascom comes up with the ball. With a 10-second violation against England. So we're heading back in front of Jacob Brindle with Belgium and Kyle Baker on the ball. Flips it off to John King! And goal number 3 for Belgium, as John King stakes it to the far post. And that is a textbook two-man game between Baker and King. Both of the defenders were stuck on Kyle Baker. He then passed it to John King, and he had the easiest of jobs in front of him. So Belgium is now cutting the lead to 4. And Red King now in the lower right corner. And he was going straight to Brindle, but he sticks his shaft and head in between his legs and breaks the 5-hole against the shot of Red King. That was visibly pretty unexpected for the English defense. Now a flip too! Wow, and this goal has been waved off as Ryan Martin was lying in the crease when he shot the ball. Now, Trin going in the cage, and Kluge getting the arm in the way. And Ayeliwo now clearing the ball back in front of Jacob Brindle. And now El Karmoudi has String against him. So far a player who has been so far everywhere for England. In the attack, in the defense, getting into big chances. So far a nice performance from number 8 in white. We're back in front of Roman Kluge as Buchanan is on the ball, passes it off to Ginnak. Gets it up to Prescott. To the right-hand side to Edwards, back to Prescott. Goes over with the sweep, tried to pass it behind the goal for Ginnak, but ball for Steen Oris, stripped off the ball. But a pass from Lefebvre gave him the chance to clear out the ball. But it ended up with Brindle, so Tetten cleared it off for Bucknell. We're back with England in the attack mode. Now Blaemeyers. Left hand side tried to find Ryan Martin, but the ball's loose, and it could be picked up by Henke, but instead by England. And Blaemeyers fired a very accurate one to the left glove of Kluge. Aelewo. Down to Van den Bulke. Right hand side to John King. Ball which didn't have one desired finish line. But now a check of Tom Roche on Serti. Gives the ball back to England as Ginac. Now has the ball. Edwards. Kremenhug and a shot into the post. And Roman Kluge, if you were watching the Belgian netminder, he initially didn't know where the ball is. Now Kremenhug again. And Roman Kluge makes the save. Now Red King. Will he net another one for Belgium? No. He will pass it off for King. Now we'll lose ball on the board. Sasha Warnier getting with Bascom. Now Tetten picking up the loose ball. William Prescott, Blay Myers, Ryan Martin. Doesn't have no one. Now he has Blay Myers, bounce shot, and just over the crossbar. As we are now in the lower corner of the defensive half, which is led by Jacob Brindle. And now a bounce shot by Kyle Baker, which leads to a loose ball. Baker spins off, finds Stepman on the crease. Changes his mind, back to Baker, 5-hole. And the ball is under Brindle somewhere. And he gets it out with his glove. Trin passes it off to Bucknell for the clear. 20 seconds to shoot. Nowhere to rush anything. Ginac, Bucknell. Back to the left-hand side to Ginac. Going double underneath, but he stepped into the crease. So we're back with Belgium specifically, with Janssens and Sasha Warnier. Big shot, but Brindle gets it out of the crease. Big loose ball picked up by Nowak. Oh, big shot by a Red King, but the ball, his stick has to have a little whip as the ball went straight into the ground. So we're back in front of Romain Kluge. Now Blay Myers has two players in front of him. Aelewo is now guarding him pretty up close. Nathan Edwards. Big shot into the 5-hole. And William Prescott nets the 8th goal for England. And Roman Kluge won't be happy with that because he lifted his stick just a little bit, just for the ball to sneak through. Yeah, there was a minimum of space between his legs. So William Prescott now fires England into a 5-goal lead. And Aelewo is going after the loose ball and wins it for Belgium, as they can now attack and put the ball into the net of Jacob Brindle. John King fighting off big pressure from Roper as he was trying to find Baker in the traffic. He finds his own rebound. But a big save made by Jacob Brindle. Gave us a fun fact that the Limerick Castle is the most western castle in all of Europe. Thanks for that, Jacob. We are now more educated than ever. And Zach Ginnak in front of Roman Kluge. Missed the goal entirely. The other way goes Red King. Well, also doing it for England. The ball is now with Edwards, who has been the last minute replacement for Elliot Leonard. Is out of the lineup due to injury. So now Ryan Martin gets it off for Blaemeyers with a big save by Roman Kluge. Lewa doing the ball for Belgium. De Hare. De Hare going over. But a good defense by Matthew Tatton. Sacha Warnier, 5 seconds to shoot. Gets his hands free, but just misses the goal. And now De Hare is having a word with Barbara Zelenay as we are heading into yet another commercial break. So we're going to be back in less than 2 minutes here in Malešice.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world.
We're back in Malešice with less than 6 minutes remaining of the third quarter of this game between England and Belgium. And England in the offense, and the pass through to Ginnak has almost went into the goal of Roman Kluge, but it just went next to the post, and the ball is saved by Roman Kluge, and it went rolling on the line. Big pass from Henke to Baker, but he just missed the goal of Jacob Brendel. Now we have cleared up for England, and we are back in front of Belgian netminder Prescott. Nathan Edwards, big shoulder, 10 seconds, behind the back pass. Big pass from Blaemeyers to Jake Bucknell, and he nets it in behind Roman Kluge. Nobody from the Belgian defense was shaken up by the fake pass by Blaemeyers. He found Bucknell perfect on the crease, who has now scored the 9th goal for England. And ball picked up by King, twists it, And what a save by Jacob Brendel. Some acrobatic fashion for the English netminder. Spread across the whole goal. He gave us some acrobatics. Now Zach Ginnak in the attack mode. Pass it off to Edwards. And had just 1 second to shoot, but passed to Kremenhuk. So now Belgium with the clear. Guillaume Nowak. Sasha Warnier. Tom Roper against him. Warnier, some big checks. Now El Karmoudi catches it in the traffic. And the ball goes somewhere in the gear of Brindle. It was under his arm. He gobbled it and left it for Bracegirdle. Gives it back to England. Now Kluge notices the hidden ball trick. 10 seconds to go. And Ginnak was trying to find the ball on the crease. And Kluge is giving the ball up for Oris. The loose ball picked up by King. As De Hade. And a big hit by Blameyers, but he got the shot off. And Brindle had a lot of work to do to keep the ball out of his net, but he managed to do it. So now the ball ends up in the stick of Lee Whitehead. Tips it off to Kremenhuk. Down to Buchanan. And the shot pulled out by Roman Kluge. And the slashing call going towards John King, who is now heading to the penalty box. Yeah, slashing for 2 minutes. And Belgian fans are not happy for that. We're going back into the game with England in the power play mode. Ginnak, Bucknell, Kremenhuk. Ginnak shoots and Kluge walls it. He's just going to sky it, but out of the venue. He's now complaining against one of the officials that Blameyers was forechecking him in the crease. So now England back in attack. Bucknell, Ginnak, Prescott. Ginnak and Prescott changing the ball position. Bucknell back to Ginnak, faking some passes into the traffic, and a shovel shot by Blameyers misses the goal. 7 seconds, Blameyers shoots and gets it over the crossbar. One and a half minutes to go in the third quarter. Kyle Baker. Just holding the ball as long as possible. Big forecheck by Tringen also. 10 seconds to go. And Kyle Baker still has the possession and flips it to Jacob Brendel. Good job by number 10, who killed at least 15 to 20 seconds of the penalty. So we're back in front of Kluge. Ginnak back to Bucknell. And a glove save by Kluge. And a putback by Blameyers. And we are on double digits for England. Four-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Of course, it depends when the ball will be picked up after the face-off. And we have a legal procedure against England, as Ryan Martin was late over the yellow line. So Belgium will now spend the rest of the time in attack, hopefully. Red King was trying to go inside, but now picked up by Bascom, going the other way. Big check by King, but Bascom with his figure was managed to handle the check. 5 seconds, loose ball, and nothing will happen in this third quarter, as it ends on the scoreline of 10-3 for England. We're going to be back in Malešice in less than 2 minutes. We have 15 minutes from parting us from the end of regulation of the last game here in Malešice between England and Belgium. So far, the Englishmen are leading this game with the scoreline of 10-3 in their favor. But we are heading in front of Jacob Brindle, who has been lights out so far. And what a, yeah, this is just a cherry on top. Of course, on the beginning of the fourth quarter, but this has to convince you that Jacob Brindle is now having one of his best games. Ryan Martin shooting into the traffic, but now loose ball battle, a lot of pushing and shoving. Nothing coming from it. And it has been called a hold by Belgium, so England now with the ball. Zaginak. Ryan Martin, two-man game, shoots it just wide. And Jake Bucknell has eaten the shot behind the goal. So we're going the other way with Tenti getting it off to Sasha Warnier. King tries to shoot wide of the goal of Brindle. Stepman, but an illegal pick by Baker. So William Prescott pass it off to Nathan Edwards, but the ball's loose and it ends up in the stick of Kluge. Ailewa with the ball, passing it off to El Karmoudi. Big shot. Van den Bulke find a way to get the ball through the bodies in front of Brindle, but the Englishman found it. Of course, not an Englishman. Jacob Brindle is a Canadian with an English passport and English ancestors, so he's eligible playing for this team. And we're going back with the power play for England as Corisenti is going to the penalty box. Some extracurricular is going on. Yeah, illegal cross check issued by Scott McMillan. And England is going back to power play. William Prescott, Ginnack, Ryan Martin, Blaemyers and Bucknell. Blaemyers and Kluge walls it. A loose ball. And the ball has been kicked in the crease by Ailewa. Matalat is furious. But I think we all saw it from, even from here, from the point of camera. Ginnack and a leg save made by Kluge. England have the possession again. Blaemyers to Martin and shot block by Ailewa. So we don't have the resetted shot clock. Blaemyers, fake pass. No pass it to Bucknell. Then to Martin. And we have John King running with the loose ball, going the length of the field, and Jacob Brindle again keeping the ball outside of his net. Well, also will get it to Bucknell. So we are back in front of Roman Kluge. Prescott and Ginnack changing the ball. Prescott tried to find Bucknell, but he was in between Belgian defenders. Ginnack swims. But now the loose ball on the center circle. And Kyle Baker has 20 seconds of man down in front of him. He will shoot and the ball went almost into the 5-hole of Jacob Brindle, but he handled it. So now Tring getting the ball to Edwards. And we are now with even numbers as Senti is now back on the field. Kremenhoek tries to flip it to Buchanan. Now ball back with the Red Devils. King. Karmoudi shoots. And over the crossbar as Roche sends Lee Whitehead in front of Roman Kluge, and he fires it just over the crossbar. So Belgium will have free clear. Picked up by El Karmoudi. John King. Went down, now up, and a low shot handled by Jacob Brendel. Bascom went for the ground ball. Getting it off a Roper. Ryan Martin. Genek passed it off to Buchanan, he gets it back. Less than 10 seconds to shoot. Genek gets Blaemeyers and a loaded high shot into the upper 90, but gets out of the goal from the post. Ryan Martin, but a big block by Janssens. And Oris is now sending the ball to the opposite corner, where he can find De Hare. But a big body by Robinson leads to a loose ball on the opposite side, picked up by John King. Tom Whitehead is now following him. King, El Karmoudi picks it on the crease, steps in it. And England is now heading into the penalty box. Tom Whitehead knew what was coming. And he gives Belgium yet another power play. You have heard the announcer. Belgium back in the attack mode. Kyle Baker getting the pick, gets it to Warnier. Was confused if he handled it or not. Now Stepman getting the shot, but the routine save by Jacob Brendel. Now Train has been off the races. What a catch by John King. Jake Bucknell getting a big pick from Kremenhoek. Skying it for Buchanan. And Genek will try to get the shot out, but nice throw check by John King. And going the other way is Henke. Romain De Hare. Another 30 seconds in front of Brendel. Baker, Stepman, good save by Brendel, but a loose ball picked up by the captain for England. And Bracegirdle. Has Lefebvre against him now, Ryan Martin. Big pressure by Red King. He falls to the ground. And referee is now waving off. Our last commercial break in the regulation. We're going to be back in Malešice.
Z rodinného pivovaru, kde řemeslo a tradice jdou ruku v ruce.
back here in Malešice for the last part of the regulation. White shot by Red King. If you're a newcomer to the live stream so far. Wow! Disgusting placement by Red King. Wow! There's nothing to say to that. Red King sending out rockets. Firing yet again, Belgian goal in behind Jacob Brindle. What a shot. My jaw is still down. You have John King, El Karmoudi, De Hare. And it looks like the goal of... Wow! Kyle Baker! And that's a 2-goal streak for Belgium. Let's see if those 2 goals will inject some hope and just something that will help Belgium. And Belgium is now cutting the lead of England to 5. As we have yet another face-off, and it has been won again by Belgium. Let's see if Belgium can get a little run here. But now Belgium looks a little faster, a little stronger, a little more accurate with the passes. So let's see, less than 10 seconds to shoot. John King, Prescott against him, big block by Tring. But now picked up by Roper. But what a nice little run by Belgium. And they are really looking a little faster now. Buchanan, Ginnak, Blaemeyers, and the ball is in the leg pad of Kluge. Everything's all right now. So we're going other way. Steen Oris. Belgium is really injected, as well the fans. Harun El Karmoudi. Dozen of seconds to go. Sasha Warnier. He has been quiet so far. Brindle stepping up to the shot of number 71. Bracegirdle. Ginnak. 3 players on the number 22 with the high pressure. Now Ryan Martin passed it off for Bucknell. Down to Buchanan, tries to go underneath, but the shot goes pretty wide from the goal of Kluge, and Edward just throws it off. And now we have Ayeliwo going the other way, and he scores for Belgium! Odera Ayeliwo! Wow, and Belgium can be on a little run right now. The ball trickles just under the arm of Jacob Brindle. And Belgium is on a 3-goal scoring streak. And a face-off win by Belgium. John King fires it off. But now ball picked up by Ayeliwo. And Kyle Baker. And a delay penalty against England. And now a pass through John King. He scores! And the goal has been waved off by Tomáš Rod. But Barbara Zelená is now calling a penalty against England, and Tom Roper is going in the penalty box. What a juice goal it would have been. Barbara Zelená now getting some respect on the field as she gives yet another penalty. And Tom Roper sits on the penalty box. Decision is being holding. Kyle Baker, Sasha Warnier, big shot, arm saved by Brindle. Baker shoots, and Brindle handles it. Matthew Tatton heading the other way. And Belgium is now hungry, very hungry. And John King is really now on the field as much as possible. Now Senti clearing the ball for Belgium, De Hare. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. Can Belgium get a little magic? In the traffic, checked off. Behind the back pass by Brindle, shows his stick work. Now passing it off for Robinson. Checks all over the place by Baker and King. Brace girdle. Flip off for Ginnak. 5 seconds to shoot. Bucknell gets the shot off, and off both pipes of goal of Roman De Hare. Roman Kruger, sorry. Blaemeyers has 13 seconds from the penalty remaining. Janssens has to go now. Blaemeyers, 10 seconds, and he's just gonna run it off. And King has a delay penalty. And a takedown by Red King. One thing that is crazy to me, that Blaemeyers got the shot off anyways. And the Red King going to the penalty box. By a big piece, killing every bit of hope for Belgium to equalizing the score. So England now can run the clock down. Blaemeyers has Prescott up on the key, changing the ball. Blaemeyers, Prescott finds Martin. Bucknell up to Prescott. 5 seconds to shoot, chest save by Kluge. And the loose ball picked up by Prescott. 20 seconds remaining. And Ginnak will hold it, and hold it, and hold it. Three, two, one, and we are done. So Belgium, despite the little run in the fourth quarter, can't stop England from taking the 10-6 win. And we'll be heading to a quarterfinal game against Israel as Belgium, as the loser of the playing game number 4, will play Austria. So England will play against Israel at 4:30 local time in Valetin. Belgium will have a day off and will play at Jižní Město in the 9th place quarterfinal against Austria. So the final score between those two teams, England 10, Belgium 6. Pretty nice clash between those two teams. You can now see the final statistics. And I would like to thank you for tuning in the ELF YouTube channel here at YouTube. My name is Ondřej Čízal. Thanks for watching this thrilling game between England and Belgium. And I would love to see you at the other live streams that will be happening in the remainder of the tournament. So love each other, be kind to each other, and see you next time. Musíme to teď.
Raz, dva, raz, dva. Raz, dva, raz, dva. I'm here with Ben Buchanan from the Team England. Ben, congratulations on the win. Very up and down game. A little run by Belgium in the 4th quarter. How would you summarize the game in general?
No, absolutely. Yeah, fair play to Belgium for coming back at the end. It was a well contested game, and I'm glad that we sort of showed composure to get ahead early doors, and we sort of kept that momentum all the way through the game. And then legs got a bit tired towards the end, and Belgium sort of came back, and fair play to them.
So Israel now awaits you in the quarterfinals. You have some history in between those two national teams. How would you prepare on the team that is awaiting you tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's been quite a few hotly contested games between England and Israel. I'm thinking back to in the box world, 2017, and then 2019 in the Worlds when we beat them by 1 goal. So yeah, we'll prepare to them like we'll prepare it for any other game. You know, 1 game at a time, and Israel's the next one, and yeah, hopefully we can get past them and continue the run now in the tournament.
Yeah, thank you, Ben, and congratulations on the win. Cheers.
překvapila docela. Mě bavilo, Já jsem tady viděl penalties. Jo, jméno, a říkal jsem, ježiš ty vole, on dal góla na Euro a to jsou penalties. No. Nevadí. No. Aspoň. Jo, první zápis za statistik zatím. Od Belgie by se asi všichni divili, to. Čau, Downe.
A ty jsi down.
Ty jsi down, vole. Tomáš je down.
Ty jsi down.
Co je? Oh! Damn! Damn! Oh god damn! Pojď ještě jednu. Jo. Pojď, šupej. A šupej. Hys! Fuj. Ale vidíš, tlaskaj.
To bych měl, vole.
No. To moje desky nejsou.
Já vím. Ale ta lakroska nebyla špatně.
Co?
Že ta lakroska nebyla špatně.